Hi, I'm Anastasia, and in today's video I will show you how you can create and schedule your Pinterest pins in bulk, and all the process can be done in one tool. I've been testing it and I found that it offers true AI automation for the first time, and I haven't seen it in any other Pinterest scheduling tools. And trust me, in the past 7 years I've tried and used many of them. This new tool, Block to Pin, allows you to automate the process to a whole new level. The most amazing features that I haven't seen before are automatic AI board matching, meaning that I just submit the sitemap of my blog and the tool will automatically find the most relevant boards for each blog post. It also generates pin titles and descriptions, and for this generation you don't have to click for every pin like in some other tools that I used before. It will generate this text for all pins automatically with just one click. Plus, Block to Pin has a smart schedule where AI analyzes your whole website and it creates as many different pins as possible to ensure that you're not being spammy. It can create several pins for the same post, but they will never be scheduled back to back. There will be at least 1 day interval between the pins from the same URL. All of this is done automatically. You don't have to select any intervals or select boards manually for every pin. All the settings just once, and Block to Pin will generate hundreds of pins for you in one go. You can approve or reject something if it's not working properly. And now I want to make a quick disclaimer that this video is not sponsored by Block to Pin, but I am an affiliate for this tool. So if you try it and you decide to use the paid plan, I will get a commission from your purchase at no extra cost to you. Think of it as a free way to say thanks to our small team, myself and my video editor. You can just click on the first link in the description below and you will get a free access to this tool for 7 days. From here, you can click on the link with monthly payment or annual. It's up to you. Either way, you can apply this exclusive coupon for my audience, Anastasia20, to get 20% of your plan forever. I also want to clarify something about this tool right up front. If you're just starting on Pinterest with a brand new account, you have just a few boards on your account and something like 10 blog posts on your website, then this automation tool is way too advanced for you and it's just too much for your current situation. I honestly recommend you in this case just start with Pinterest's native scheduler and pin manually through that tool. Now, if you have a more established Pinterest account with at least 10 boards or more, and if you have 50-ish blog posts or more on your website, then you're in a good place to start using advanced automations offered in Block to Pin tool. This tool is, by the way, using Pinterest's official API, so it's safe to use it, of course, and if you make sure that you set up carefully everything to avoid repetitive pinning. The AI that's integrated in the tool actually is set to avoid saving pins from the same URL more than once a day, but it is easy to work this way only if you have a lot of pages that you can link to. That again brings us to the point that I just made, that this tool is amazing, but it will not work for beginners and for new sites that have very few pages that you can link to. Now, after the initial setup, you will be offered to add your website. I actually tested this tool for the first time on my smaller blog, and now I'm going to add my actual biggest website, anastasiablogger.com. So here you have to link your Pinterest account with just one click of a button, and that actually shows you that's an official Pinterest API. You don't have to submit your actual password because you're already logged in your browser. Then you can decide how many pins per day. I'll just start with 10 pins a day. And now we can go to the next step. In here, you can select the boards. It will take you about a minute if you have as many boards as I do. I will go through the boards that have more like recipe related content on them. On the editing, I will just fast forward this part because it took me a while to select all the boards carefully. You will click Save Boards, and on the next step, you will be asked to select the pages. I said that for this test, I'm using just the recipe pages, so that's what I'm going to select in my sitemap. Then I'll hit Submit. And we get a message that it's scanning our website for images, so we'll have to wait a little bit. Once it's done, we'll see this message, Review Images. If you click on it, It will show you a couple of images that are repetitive on your site. They're usually something from your sidebar, your profile images. You can select these images and they will be removed from the pin generation process. The same thing will be offered for some repetitive content sections. In this case, Blog2Pin identified some block from Mediavine banner, some warning to European users, so I'll delete that. We can save the settings and move to the next step. Next, you will find yourself on this page called Playground, and here you can make a general prompt that will help you write AI texts for your pin titles and descriptions. You can think of any prompt you want, but I can just read what I wrote here. It starts like, write keyword-rich title, include as many keywords as possible, at least 7 to 8 words. If possible, add numbers in the beginning. Also add some FOMO and nudge people to click and read. And then I actually gave several examples of pin titles that I would like to have for my pins. I'm showing you now all the settings that I've made in the Playground for my smaller account, because I've used this tool for a while on that smaller account, and I have here at least 5 templates that I imported from Canva. They also have some default templates. I didn't like most of them because they have pretty small text, but this is how my pins look like before I submit them. You see here I have the pin title, I have the text overlay, which is pretty short compared to the pin title. I have description, alt text. All of this is generated by Blog2Pin with their AI. And I just need to approve this pin. It will end up in my calendar. Right now I have in my calendar pins scheduled for the next 7 to 10 days. If you don't want to use these default templates, you can import some from your Canva account as an SVG file. When you make your Canva template, create something relatively simple, because very pretty templates with multiple elements and fonts on them might not get imported properly. So this is an example of a template that works great for my blog, and pay attention here because I initially couldn't make these templates work because I was using Canva's frames here instead of just images. But all you need to do is just simply drag any image here and insert it in the template when you create it. And then it will get imported correctly into Blog2Pin. I will show you this process with one of the templates. So once you have it ready, you click Share, then Download and select instead of PNG, SVG file. I'll select this specific template and I will download it to my computer. Then scroll all the way down to the bottom of all the default templates and you will see this button to add your custom Canva template. Just click Import here, and then you need to set the correct height and width of your template the way it is in Canva. So in this case it's 1000 by 2000 pixels, and then you just drag and drop your SVG file here. Then Blog2Pin will try to find some text elements, and it did find all the elements that I have on my pin. You have to make sure here that the element that includes your text overlay is something dynamic. So you need to submit here the actual prompt for AI to create it. In my case, I use a simple prompt saying 3 to 4 words here, take only the main focus keywords from the post title, and then I even give it an example. So I give the actual long blog post title and then I make a shorter version with just 3 or 4 words from it, something like 20 winter crafts for teens. Now, if you look to the left side, you'll see that I'm moving the frame where the text overlay is going to be placed. And you can also change the font of it, because all the fonts that are available in Canva will not be easily available here in Blog2Pin. So you can select something similar, something bold, like in this case, I'm using this BN Social font. You can look down here, the domain name and the click more here, these both blocks of text will be unchanged, and I can click on test the output. I will submit some longer pin title, something like 25 Christmas decor ideas for living rooms, and you will see that the actual text overlay on the pin is a little bit shorter. When you go to the next step, you will see that your image can have a certain fit on the pin template. You can, instead of using Canva default, you need to click on the cover option here in the middle, and that will occupy the whole space where you need the image to be. Then you can just click proceed, and this template will be used for generating pins on your account. Now, you need to make sure that you only selected the templates that you want to use and deselected any default templates before you proceed generating pins. The pins that you created will be not in this playground tab, by the way. After clicking Generate button, in a few minutes they will appear in the Approve tab. I will show you how the pins that I need to approve look like on my smaller account, for which I've already imported a bunch of Canva templates, so there is a variety of pin designs and my account doesn't look repetitive this way. Now all I need to do is approve the pins. Initially, you might want to double check if everything looks the way that you wanted it in your pins. You can still replace some images, switch between the templates here, and even edit the text overlay and the titles of your pins. When you're new to this AI tool, you will likely need to do some edits, but in my experience, the more I've been using it, the better my prompts were and I made the better settings. I think I'm getting close to a point when I will be able to just click Approve all pins. Again, if you want to try Block to Pin, use the first link in the description to support my channel. And I have to warn you about a few things. This tool requires patience during the initial setup process. It may take you maybe a few attempts to get things set the way you want it. But I personally had a great experience with support from Block to Pin. When I had issues and questions, I sent them by email and received very detailed replies with screenshots, usually within 24 hours. Another note here is that this tool is relatively new on the market, so there might be some glitches and you will certainly have a learning curve when you set it up for the first time. So prepare yourself to spend a few days going through all the settings before you have everything ready to go. This is truly a Pinterest automation tool that so many website owners, including me, were waiting for. Hit like and subscribe if you want to see more of my videos in your feed, and if you're looking for even more ways to use AI to automate your Pinterest marketing, watch my video linked up there. I will see you in that next one.